Okay, welcome to the first Hicks Racing podcast episode. I'm Jessica.
And I am Matt.
My wonderful husband, Matthew. Our sponsors this year for 2022 are Woody's Ale House and Grill and Hicks RV Repair. Our website is hicksracing.net, and you can find us on Facebook at Hicks Racing 123 and on Instagram at Hicks Racing 123.
And at your local races this year.
Yes, and at your local Empire State MX races in upstate New York. So we kind of wanted to we wanted to start a podcast. Well, I kind of thought about starting a podcast.
I thought it was a great idea.
Okay. Because I wanted to kind of show how actual families race, not kind of the glamorized.
Yeah. Rich people,
Deegan racing that is not realistic. And I want to reach out to other people in our community who race and get ideas. We certainly aren't perfect at what we do, and
no, definitely not.
Any input on our racing or anything would be
greatly appreciated.
Yeah, and as well as anybody who wants to get into racing, maybe they could listen and pick up anything that
hit us up.
We have, and maybe learn from our mistakes. Yeah. So, we wanted to kind of start this first episode by just giving a general overview of who we are. So, obviously, I said I'm Jessica, my husband Matt. We have 4 children, 3 of which are my stepchildren. So, we have Matthew Hicks Jr., who's 15. He'll be 16 in November. Right? John Hicks, who is going to be 15 in December.
And he is our only current kid racer.
Yes, he races. He just started in 250 beginner last year. I don't know if you want to give details on the bike that he has.
It's an 04 CRF 250.
I forgot it was an 04. I thought it was the 150 is an 07.
Yep.
Okay. We have Brennan, who is 11, going to be 12. In July.
Yep. And
then we have Lucas, who is 3, going to be 4 in May. Who
hopefully will be our little ripper.
Protege.
Yeah, hopefully.
Who we purchased a what did we purchase for him? It was like 2021.
2021. Yeah, 50 mini.
KTM 50 mini. And he's been racing, he's been riding his Stasic since he was 2.
Well, he put him on a balance bike at 1.
Yep.
And he's got excellent balance.
Yeah.
And the Stasic at 2. And
yep, Stasic since then. 12, what size is the
12E.
Yeah. Okay. And then we did a little racing with him down at
Jonestown at the
Jonestown Arena Cross. They had a little Stasic race. So he's starting to get into racing, and that's kind of another reason why I wanted a podcast. Is we're starting to get into the KTM 50, very little kids realm, which is pretty wicked. And I think that we definitely need some advice, and maybe when we start learning, we can pass on advice to others too, because it's definitely not. That's one of the most complicated classes out there. That class can get pretty wicked.
The whole mini thing.
Yeah. And I mean, we don't have an electric one. We have
the gas.
Not yet. Yeah. So that's our family, our rather large family. Mm-hmm. So we have 2 racers right now, going to be 3.
Hopefully 4.
Hopefully 4.
Get your button gear and
hopefully 4. I rode the 250 for a little while, and then I hopped onto Matt's 450 because that 250 is terrible to start. I hate kicking that thing over. It's miserable. And I go down so much that that's all I do is I just spend time kicking it and getting pissed off. So I gave up and I got onto Matt's 450.
Which is electric start.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't mention what your bike was.
Yeah, it's just an 18 CRF 450.
You're welcome. I actually got that for him as a present for his 44th birthday.
Yeah. Waiting for my next one.
Yeah, yeah, you're gonna be waiting a little while, especially with all this 50 stuff we're doing. So we race mainly upstate New York, Empire State MX.
But some also District 3, I believe it is.
Broome Tioga's district.
CNY, MRA.
Yeah.
And then also upstate.
Yep. I know that they have, Empire just added Whitetail. So that'll be nice. Yep, and then we have possibly a new track opening near us.
Yep.
Which is called
Franklandale Motorsports Park.
I don't think it's Franklandale.
Burlington. I apologize. Burlington Motorsports Park.
Yeah, which is like what, 10 minutes from us?
Yeah, it'll be nice for 10, 15 minutes. Our farthest track is Area 51, which is about 3 hours. And
is it a little more than that?
No, it's like 3 hours, maybe 3.5, and then we have Sick Brothers is probably right now would be our closest track with about an hour and a half.
Well, now it's Whitetail.
If we get Whitetails, it's
because
an hour.
Yeah, the new one.
Yep.
And then Broome Tioga.
It's about an hour. Yep.
Yeah, because they have
to an hour.
Yep. So yeah, we do a lot of upstate New York racing. We've dabbled a little bit in PA with arena cross racing. Yeah, not very much. We did Johnstown Arena Cross in November.
Do Motorama.
We did Motorama, which we'll get into in a later podcast. And then we did Switchback MX a couple weeks ago, which was, I liked it, but you didn't. Yeah. You didn't like the no heat situation.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
It gets very cold up here
all
during
that
the winter,
money
so
get from that.
So that's our general overview of where we race. Matthew this year is qualifying for Loretta Lynn's.
Trying.
So we went to, where did we go?
Budds Creek.
2 weeks ago.
Yep.
And qualified in
plus 45.
Plus 45B.
Plus 45. There's no.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I forgot.
No ABC.
I forgot. And I by default, because there was less than 9 riders there.
Yep.
And it was.
That was just a survival weekend. Everybody was just surviving.
Explain your. Go over the practice on Friday and then how it was on Sunday.
Well, practice Friday was good. The weather was good and the track was great.
Was it not muddy or anything?
It wasn't muddy at all. It was beautiful conditions on. It was very ruddy, but it was still good conditions. And then, then the weather went to shit. The kids on Saturday, I felt so bad.
Oh yeah, that was. I mean, I stayed inside with Lucas all day.
And rain.
Yeah.
And at least Sunday it was actually colder, but it wasn't. It wasn't raining. It was sunny, but it was cold.
How was the track condition that day?
Froze.
But there was definitely mud.
Well, once it thawed out, then it was slick mud on top of frozen.
Because you conveniently fell in the one mud puddle. I told him to go out and just finish, just finish, and we'll figure it out, and we don't have to worry about position. And you came back covered in mud on the right half of you.
It was all good though. We finished and got qualified.
But I mean, kind of hats off to Budds Creek because they
did a good job.
They did a good job for the horrible weather conditions. Ezra's a really good guy, and he was certainly nice and did good with what conditions he had because that weekend was horrible. The week leading up to it was perfect, was beautiful.
Oh, beautiful.
It was 65.
And the weekend after was beautiful.
Yeah, until we get to our racing weekend, and then it was absolutely miserable.
Yeah, but you'll have that.
And then we end up going to Pleasure Valley in June
10th.
June 10th through 12th for our regional Loretta qualifier for you.
Yep.
In the meantime, we'll be going upstate New York racing in Empire.
Yeah. We'll go down to Tomahawk for practice in 2 weekends.
Yep.
For the weekend.
Now we've been to Tomahawk before.
Yep, for the regional last year.
Yep. What was your opinion on
track's awesome, but that weekend it was so rough. It was just that track was something you'd never seen before.
Well, I'm assuming because of all the people riding.
Because all the people on it, yeah. Yep.
That was the regional or the area?
Area, that was regional.
Where did we qualify at for area last year?
Walden. Walden MX.
Okay. But in general, you like Tomahawk.
Yeah, I think Tomahawk's a pretty cool setup.
Yeah.
It was just
really nice facility. I like the facility.
Yeah.
The only thing that stinks is that the service out there is not very good.
Yeah.
So
That's
now I have
not-
to take a vacation day from work.
I think it's nice not having service. People can separate from their phones and
Yeah.
can just spend time with family and race.
To get some more insight on our dynamic. So Matt is a diesel mechanic. I don't know if you want to get into more how long you've been doing that.
Diesel mechanic. I don't know, 25 years or something.
Has it really been that long?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm a financial analyst for a healthcare company. I work remotely, so when we travel, it's a little bit easier for me. I just kind of work on the road, but you have to take vacation days.
Yep.
So, our another thing I wanted to add on to this podcast was to show realistically how people take vacation days
Yeah.
and the pay cuts they take
And the money it takes
and the
to
money
do.
you spend going to these races, because I don't know how some of these people do it. Like they're taking off 3 weeks for Loretta's,
Yeah.
and it's like, no, that's
Well,
your
yeah,
entire
it's
year
only
vacation.
a week for Loretta. It's a
Right,
full
but I'm
week.
saying they're a week
Travel
beforehand
time,
sometimes.
Yeah. Yep.
Plus, you don't know how they're traveling, and then they're taking off other weekends to go to all these other races.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know how they're
I don't know.
managing it.
Yep, it is. It is a lot of sacrifice, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, from our standpoint, I wanted it to be realistic.
Yep.
Because we have, the weeks that we aren't racing during the winter, you're working overtime
Yep.
to
bank.
catch up on funding
Right. It's a bank. Yep.
so that we can race during the summer and you can
Take the
kind of take a
Saturdays
break
off.
and,
Yeah.
and enjoy yourself a little bit.
Yep.
Because most of and I don't know how this works with other districts, but I know with Empire State, usually Saturday they have practice.
Yeah, most all tracks try
Okay.
to practice Saturday and then race Sunday. It also gives them extra income.
Right. Oh yeah,
They
for
get
sure.
For
That was the one thing we missed out on at Budds Creek was they canceled practice for that Thursday.
Thursday. Yeah, practice Friday, but they're supposed to have practice Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, that stunk, but
Yep.
oh well. It was a weather
'Cause, yeah, the
situation.
weather was crappy Thursday. We had one nice day, a window of one nice day.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was not fun to watch either.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so our dynamic is that we don't have all the children every weekend. I mean, we have Lucas every weekend, but so the weekend that we went to Budds Creek, we
only-
just had me. It was just me, you, and
Lucas. Yep.
and Lucas. So that made it a little bit easier.
Yep.
But staying inside while it was freezing
Yeah.
all day Saturday for him was not fun.
Yeah.
But he did pretty good.
Yeah. He did really good.
So I also wanted to break down our expenses for what we spent at Loretta's. Well, I'm sorry.
To qualify.
To qualify.
Just for the area.
Just for
So
the
far.
area. So far, yeah. And I was going to keep track of this for the whole year. Because, again, I wanted to show people out there who maybe want to get into racing, kind of what we...
Real world costs.
Yeah. So to add on to that, we recently, well, not recently,
A
year ago, we purchased a new camper. We have a Keystone Fusion 427. So we purchased that brand new. We'd saved up for it for a while. That was like our dream camper.
Yeah.
So we have that now.
And we
So
still have a mortgage on it. I mean, we didn't save up
A loan.
Buy it free and clear.
right, yeah. So
But we
in
saved up for the down payment.
right. So in our calculations each week for how much we spend, I am putting in how much we're spending for the camper per week, plus insurance, fuel, gas for the generator, propane for the camper, cash, fees to get in, fees to pay to race, all that fun stuff. And I figured, I mean, it's kind of painful to see when you put it all together, but then also, I mean, it is going to something that you're passionate
enjoy
about.
doing it,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not like you're sitting there
It's-
playing a video game.
Right.
for-
We're sitting at a bar.
yeah. But, so for just Budds Creek weekend, so we left Wednesday night?
Wednesday. Yeah.
No, Wednesday afternoon.
Yep.
Because we left here, it was snowing actually when we left our house. We live,
Hard. Yeah.
another thing we didn't mention, and I apologize, we're new to podcasting, so this is going to be painful for a while. But we live in Bradford County, PA.
Which is 10 minutes from the New York State border.
Yep. So when we left to go to Budds Creek, it was snowing pretty hard here. And the roads were not very fun. How long did it take us?
5.5, 6 hours.
Yeah, after we stopped for lunch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So in fuel alone, to get down and back, it was $300. Just to fill up the truck.
Yeah.
And then what I'm doing is breaking it down weekly for what we pay for the campground insurance. So for 1 week, it's $172. We spent $120 on gas for the generator because we were there for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We were there for 6 days, really, because we stayed until Monday.
Right. Yeah.
We didn't leave until Monday morning.
Because it was so late when we got done
Yeah.
Sunday.
And then, it takes forever to drive home. We spent $60 on propane, which was more because it was freaking cold. And so we had to keep the place warmer. It was freezing. Mm-hmm. It was $90 to get in for me and you, to get into Budds Creek for the whole weekend. Practice fee for Friday was $40. It would have been $80 if we would have done both days, but that was one thing we saved on. And then the racing, what was the actual fee to race versus the other fee they charge for the
$15 for the actual area paper, sign up paper. Mm-hmm. And then it was $40 per class for Budds Creek.
Okay, so $55.
$55.
Okay. So those fees alone, and that doesn't even include like any bike maintenance items.
Yeah.
I don't even know what.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you do with that. Yeah. That was almost $840 just for that stuff, and that doesn't include any going out to eat that we did, because we did go out to eat a couple times.
A few times, yep.
Because we don't have seafood in our area, so we really wanted to go get seafood while we were in Maryland. Yeah. And it was actually, the Thursday we were down there was really nice.
Yep.
So we kind of got spoiled because we were playing outside and enjoying. I mean, it was a little bit chilly, but not that bad.
Yep.
So it was nice. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday was
cold
just miserable.
Came through. Yep.
That was miserable.
Yep.
And
Friday was nice. Friday was nice.
Yes, I'm sorry.
The cold front came through Saturday and Sunday. And then of course Monday when we left, it was nice again.
Oh yeah, I know that whole week was like 70s.
Yeah.
We got 7 inches of snow while we were gone up home here.
Yep.
And luckily it was melted by the time we got home.
Yep.
But that was a fun time.
Yeah.
So just that weekend there for just the qualifier and getting down there was a little over $800.
Yep.
Now on a normal weekend, going to upstate New York, we obviously don't spend as much in fuel because it's not as far. But and the cost of propane will go down because we're not using as much heat.
Yep.
But and the gate fees will go down because the Budds Creek one was more just because we were there for 4 days.
Yep.
So, but that'll be, probably at least $500 every weekend for all that.
Yeah. Close. Yeah, you're close to it.
Just about.
Yep. Wow.
But in the meantime, when our next practice is Tomahawk weekend.
Yep.
So in the meantime, Matt just works extra overtime. Yep. And then once Tomahawk hits, we're pretty much.
Then after Tomahawk we'll be racing
local
races
every weekend. Yeah, I think our full schedule is posted on our website, hicksracing.net. We have 2 weekends off from April until.
And we'll see if we can fill them with a race somewhere.
I'm sure we will. I mean, if Broom Tioga's racing one of those weekends, it's just something close.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
And then we normally try to go camping with the boys. Well, I would like to go to Gettysburg again.
Yeah. And all the boys, every other weekend we'll have all the boys at the races.
Yep. So we do that every other weekend as well, and all 6 of us go camping.
Yep.
So it's
a good family time.
It is. It definitely gets.
It's a good sport. It's a nice sport.
It definitely gets stressful sometimes, though.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on, and you have a lot. Yeah, while you're packing and.
Yeah, by the time you get home, you just unpack, clean everything.
Yeah.
Pack up again.
Yep.
And try to get everything.
Ready for the next weekend.
Try to get everything done at home.
Get the bikes worked on.
Yep. So it's, I wanted to kind of follow our progress as the season went on, and if anybody's in the area in our district, you're certainly welcome to come up to us and talk to us, because we want to meet people and
it's a big
get ideas from them, and maybe they have something good to tell us about Loretta's and help us out there. Because we got to a regional last year, and then we did not.
Yeah, and I'm not, no delusion. I'll be hard pressed to get through to this regional.
We're gonna try. I believe
there's so many. It's a lot. You don't realize the area is easy. It's when you get to the regionals where you got a full gate, 40 plus guys on the gate, and they're all serious. It's a serious thing. They want to get there. So.
Now, have we been to Pleasure Valley?
No, never been to Pleasure Valley.
Okay, so that's going to be a new experience for us as well.
Yeah.
I don't know how far that is. 4 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll be a new experience because we never even.
I'm sure we'll go there. We'll go there Thursday and practice Friday and then race Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, that'll be a whole.
Saturday, Sunday.
That'll be a 4-day weekend.
Yeah. Yep.
So, well,
yeah.
I think this is the end of the first episode.
Let's wrap this up for the first episode.
Work with us because we're new to podcasting. So hopefully this turns out okay.
Yeah, this will be great.
It'll be okay. And again, our social media is Hicks Racing 123 on Facebook and Instagram, and our website's hicksracing.net. And hopefully we can get some people to respond to this and get more involved in our racing community.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely
kind of what we want to do.
We can grow this a little bit and have a good time.
All right, until next time. Peace out.
See you later.